No, I do believe that anybody that has the opportunity to use the aquifer, we're all players in the game. We all should pay our fair share. And it doesn't really matter if it's Utah, Arizona, Nevada, the state engineer, the water source. I mean, I don't see how the Virgin Valley Water District comes up and pays for half of that when we only should pay for a quarter or a third. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I was never against doing a basin study because I agree with, mostly with what you said about the purpose of it, and I think we do need one. But my concern all along has been who's going to pay for it, and I simply do not want the Virgin Valley Water District ratepayers paying for the, footing the bill.
Sure.
When we're either going to get hurt or somebody else is going to really benefit from.
Sure. The other question I think we talked about a few minutes ago is there's other entities that are just as curious as we are.
Exactly.
They're extremely curious because they see what Mother Nature's happening over the past 10, 15 years. They understand that water is a crucial point. So I don't think it would be a huge deal to start having that conversation and say, okay, we need to divvy up in 2023, 2024. We need to be ready to go and pay your fair share.
So as an elected board member,
sure.
It takes, I think you take your seat 1st of January of next year.
Okay.
How would you move this forward so it is getting on, not just getting on track, but the concept is in everybody's mind and they're all, they're willing to make something happen?
First of all, I hope it's already started. Because if not, I think we're a little bit, we're not quite short yet, but it's close, I think. Because I'm here to tell you, it takes a year or two to get these things moving.
Well, exactly.
And if we're talking 2023, what are we, 2 years out? And so hopefully that conversation is at least creeping into what's going on. I were to go to Kevin Brown and I'd say, Kevin, where are we at on the issue? Let's get our lobbyists involved. Let's get these other entities, at least on the phone, get them talking, have conversations. What are their concerns? What are our concerns? Now let's come to a mutual understanding because it's going to benefit not just us, it's going to benefit them as well.
Or hurt.
Absolutely. But would you rather know now or 5 years down the road when you can't provide the service? Because to me, that's worst case scenario. And so absolutely, I think you just have to get the conversation started. I don't think there's anything wrong with conversation. You may agree to disagree, but let's get the ball rolling. Let's get it figured out. I don't want to go and say, oh man, we should have. Sometimes that happens, and I get it. You don't have a crystal ball, but we already know that the basic study should be done. We already know it's projected for 2023, give or take a little bit. So we already know what the plan is. So what are we doing to get it ready for the plan? And to me, it's like, let's go.
So right now you're running for an office, but you're still a citizen and a ratepayer, a water user.
Sure.
You have standing to go before the board and ask that these things get rolling.
Sure.
We have a person in our community that has done that with the SDC issue, loud and clear. And I think it did have an impact. So I think you have another job cut out for you, even as we speak, that you can be an advocate for this.
Well, I have already talked to several of the board members already on these specific topics. One would be the private partnership. What are we doing here? Let's get these tanks rolling. Let's get these pumps rolling. We don't have to wait for the red tape every board meeting. We have to discuss every little item. Now, let's get the conversation going. Let's see if it's viable. If it's viable, then let's progress. Let's go. Whether it's the aquifer study or not. I know it's already been talked about. I talked to Kevin Brown, the manager, just not too long ago about it. What are we doing on the study? What are we doing? And so it's in the back of their mind. What I don't want it to do is slip off that chart a little bit. Let's keep that at the forefront. To me, the aquifer study is potentially the biggest hurdle that's up and coming. Because like you said, Barb, you either have 7,000 or you have 18,000. Where are we at?
Yeah.
Because if we have 7,000, you better put the brakes on a lot of things. If we have 18,000, a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I see it. And I don't want to be the one that sits back and says I should have, would have, could have. I don't want to do that. So we know it needs to come. Let's just get it done. And I know it takes process and I know it takes time, but we have time right now for the 2023 is what we're talking about. So let's progress it. Let's get it moving. So yeah.
Okay, you have about a minute to wind it up and tell us why we should vote for you.
You know, being born and raised here, I don't think there's many people that love this community more than I do. My kids live here, my parents live here. I used to ride my bike from Bunkerville to Mesquite for baseball practice. I've been here a long, long time. When I look around at the valley and I see the mountain range and I see different things, it's like, this is home. If you don't protect your home, who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? Are we going to wait for the next guy to come in and say, well, I'll figure it out? Or are you going to take it upon your own, or at least try to do the best you can? You're going to have some bumps and hurdles along the way, and I totally understand that. But at the same time, if you don't protect your community and your friends and neighbors, who's going to do it? And so, for me, it's about passion about what we do when we live here for the community and the neighbors. My kids, I want them to be able to come back and have a viable place to live and have different resources that I didn't have and have different experiences. But if we don't take care of what we have, they're not going to have that opportunity. And so, I do ask for your vote. You know, put some trust in me. Question and answer me. Let's talk about it. You may not agree with everything I say. We agree to disagree. But that's the whole part of why we're here, is come to the best solution and a happy medium, for lack of better terms. But let's get there. If we don't have that discourse, then I think we're already lost. So I put your trust in me. Let's talk about it. Give me a shout. Let's go. But yeah, I appreciate your vote. That'd be great.
Well, thank you very much, Randy. It's been a very entertaining and in-depth discussion. Linda, thank you very much for being here with us.
And thank you, ladies. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So good luck. And hopefully we'll know sometime in 2020 what the outcome of the election
2020 is a weird year. You never know.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much,
You bet.
Randy.
Thanks
We
again.
appreciate your time.
You bet.